Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Is This a Ghost? I'm Clayton Smith, and every week I tell a real ghost story from real history to my real friend Patrick Dean, who doesn't take it real seriously, but it was really well lit.
Or just lit in general.
Just so lit. That's what happens when you drink that much rye directly into your lungs.
You get lit right
You get lit right up. Welcome back, Pat. Good to see you.
Thank you. I've been away.
Yeah, from the computer, from the Zoom screen.
We just leave 6 days.
We leave this Zoom on. It's just the same Zoom constantly, and just on Monday nights we sit down and we record.
Yeah. We check in. It's nice because it's like one wall of my basement is also the wall of your basement, so it's like we can just pass
like
into each other's lives.
Basement. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I love it. It's like that art project that someone did. Like they did the Portal project in New York, where there was basically a big screen. You could see people in Germany, they could see you, and then they had to stop because people kept taking their clothes off and flashing people. That's kind of like what we do. I'm like, Patrick's naked again. It must be Wednesday. Wednesday ritual.
Trash day.
All the old clothes go right off into the bag.
Some suckers wash their clothes, but I found that if you can buy cheap enough underwear on Amazon, you never have to wash them again.
If you can stand wearing the same outfit for 3 days in a row with people noticing, you've got it made. Oh, man. First of all, how's your thumb?
It's good. Yeah, it turned totally like black the next couple days.
Oh, that's not good.
And then, I don't know. It's fine. And then, so no issue at all now.
Can you do this? Can you do anything like this? Can you could you play video games? Oh, that's pretty good.
I could do, yeah. I did some video games over the weekend, so I think it's okay.
Yeah. That's therapy. That's physical therapy.
That's what I told Amy. She did not believe me.
Well, she needs to get on board.
Yeah.
That's good.
You probably saw in the news that we have several escaped monkeys in town.
I did not see that.
So there are now 4 escaped monkeys on the north side of St. Louis.
Okay.
And they cannot find them.
All right, let's buckle up. So now, all these 4 monkeys, did they all escape at once? Or
they all
escaped like a slow drip?
They all escaped at once.
From the St. Louis Zoo?
No. No one's copping to whose monkeys these are.
Well, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't admit to that crime.
Exotic animals in the city are extremely illegal.
Yeah.
Even though Missouri does have very, very lax exotic animal laws,
You'd be surprised.
The city is pretty hard nosed on it.
Yeah.
So no one is copping to this at all. It's for they look like those classic research lab type monkeys.
That's not heartening though.
No. But
have they checked the WashU research lab to see if they?
I don't know, but they just showed up on a north side street. There's not a lot of medical research going on in one of the worst areas of St. Louis.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah,
well, maybe that's why maybe the monkeys know that, and that's where they can lay low. No one's gonna be looking for medical research monkeys up here.
So what's been funny? A couple things are funny about this. I mean, actually,
clearly
million things are funny about this. But the Facebook post I saw about it, the woman started off with saying, "Do not try to capture the monkeys." And these are not small monkeys. These are they're hip high. They're probably 3 feet tall or so. Not terribly muscular looking. They're not 3 foot tall gorillas. But still,
that's
monkeys.
It's still a sizable wild animal.
Yeah, exactly. And I just love that warning of do not try to catch them.
Look, we all know you're going to want to try to catch the monkeys. Please resist.
They look irresistible. And there's 4 of them. So sure, try and shove them all inside of a Toyota Camry. That's totally going to work out for you.
Man.
I love that. My absolute favorite part of the entire situation, though, is that the St. Louis Police Department has had to ask people to stop generating AI photos of the monkeys at St. Louis landmarks because it's making it very difficult to find the monkeys.
While we do appreciate this little hometown tour that you've sent us on here, please, we have to find the monkeys.
And then 24 hours later, on one of the same streets up there, up on Union, a small goat was found just roaming the streets of North St. Louis. So, of course, now all of the AI photos people are generating of the monkeys at Crown Candy and Busch Stadium also has the goat in the photos as well. So,
well, you're young enough to remember, old enough to remember is how that should have been. You're old enough to remember the episode we did a few weeks ago in the Lincoln Park Zoo. What I'm hearing is new zoo coming to North St. Louis real soon.
Wait, and it's funny because they are actually opening a new zoo on the north side, but if you heard about this, it's like a safari park.
Oh no.
So the St. Louis Zoo,
those are all the rage.
yeah, the St. Louis Zoo bought up a bunch of, I think it was an old golf course. I don't remember which golf course it was, and then a bunch of like dilapidated areas, and they, flattened it all out, and they're turning it into a safari park. It opens, maybe not this year, maybe next year, but it's going to have,
4 monkeys, 1 goat.
Yeah, it was going to have 4 monkeys and a goat. Now they find something else, I guess. Gonna have a lot more rats now. But no, they have like several rhinos,
Yeah.
and some giraffes and all kinds of neat things. They're gonna do safari tours, and
That's cool. Now they are going to have to transport these animals from, I assume, the zoo or wherever they are to the safari park.
this is purpose built. So they're bringing in animals from like just for this exhibit. They're not they're not scanning them off the zoo. No, they're not repurposing.
Say, all right, Gary, it's your turn to go be the giraffe this week, and then we'll send Lucy back next week. But you got to take your turn, Gary. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. So you putting us on the map.
Yeah.
Again, within the stupidest way possible. We lost a bunch of monkeys. No one will admit whose monkeys they are, and we can't stop making AI videos of the monkeys at the arch.
Objectively, a very hilarious disaster. Is there a reward out for information about the monkeys?
I don't think there is. I think
That's a problem.
Yeah. I'm not, again, with there being no one actually missing the monkeys, there's not really anyone to provide a reward for the monkeys.
Sorry, man. No one's reported a missing monkey. And, until there's a report or until they've been gone for 72 hours, we can't do a thing for a missing monkey.
We just have to assume that they left of their own volition and, they're adults. They can do what they want.
Oh, man. That's exciting. Nothing ever happens in Stanton, Virginia.
Well, maybe they'll make it there. I don't know.
I think it was on TikTok. Been doing some new stuff on social media lately, and we just had a new TikTok comment from someone who's like, "Oh, you should do one on the Lemp Mansion in St. Louis."
Right.
And I said, "Oh, we've done one on the Lemp Mansion, and we're both from St. Louis, and I think we've got ourselves a new hometown fan."
Hey.
So
a little embarrassing that you're attracting the hometown fans from St. Louis.
Yeah, that's why I bring it up, because I think you could be doing a little bit more St. Louis pride on this podcast.
A little more than a 0+. I'll be doing 0+ from now on.
Good. Okay. It's better than 0-, which somehow is what you've been doing. Speaking of hometown pride, I don't know. You don't follow football very much, I don't think, right? You're not.
I am becoming a big fan of the Bears.
Well, and this is exactly what I talk about. So obviously the Bears are doing great, and they're going in the postseason in a big way for the first time in almost my natural lifetime. Right, this is possibly the best season since the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Week in, week out, they play one quarter of football. It's really outstanding to watch.
It's really nail biting. And I'm so mad because I was in Chicago for 15 years, a big Bears fan. I went to lots of games. I had my former father-in-law had season tickets. So we would go to games, and then when we didn't go to games, it would be every Sunday was big food cookout thing. We'd always watch the Bears, and it was a big deal. Huge Bears fan. But the problem with being a Bears fan for the last 15 years is they've been so bad.
Yes.
Then we moved to Virginia, and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time to kind of let the Bears go. Because I have this new team. The Commanders are nearby.
Right.
And maybe I should try the Commanders. I'll try them out for a year.
Yes.
Right. And last year they were fucking great.
They were so
they almost went to the Super Bowl. They were so good. And I was like, this has been a wonderful transition for my fandom, for my mental health when it comes to being a football fan. It's great. So I was feeling really good. I bought a hoodie. I bought a Commanders hoodie. And they're not cheap.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, I had to get the tall one. That's extra. They charge you $10 per extra inch. And so I buy it. And so now I'm all set. And then this season comes around and I'm jazzed up. And this season, the Commanders are terrible.
They're dog shit. They're not very good.
Terrible. Meanwhile, of course, now that I'm gone, the Bears are incredible. So I was really down about that for a while. But I realized it's probably not me. I'm probably not the one who did this. I'm going to keep telling myself that over and over again.
I mean, probably, but there is a possibility.
Yeah, but it's not a 0% chance. That's true. It's 0+. But what I have decided is that it's okay for me to say I tried it for a year, but the Bears have always had my heart.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm back. And I got the Chicago flag hanging outside my house. So, you know, it's not anyway.
Welcome
So
home.
now, so Sunday we're going to watch the game. So I'm like, Aaron, I cannot miss another postseason Bears game. Like, this is too incredible.
Right.
Which of course means they're going to lose.
Sure.
But we made a deal, and she's like, you watch it. I'll keep the girls busy. Like, you can have the TV for 3.5 hours, or whatever. And then I invited my provost and my neighbor both over.
Oh.
Because I know they're both big football fans who also never get to watch football because they have kids and and wives who don't like football. And so I was like, why don't you go over? And I've never, and I mean never, including you, I've never gotten responses to a text message quicker from two people and with more exclamation points. So they're very excited. So they're coming over. And I think I need to message someone in Chicago, because it occurs to me now, and this is late in the game, I need to have a bottle of Malort on hand.
Oh no, you can't order it. They do ship it.
Do they?
They
I don't know if they
absolutely do.
ship to Virginia. I got to check, because Virginia's got pretty weird liquor laws. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to, after this podcast, because the greatest thing in the world would be to offer these two pretty new friends
Yeah.
a shot of Malort. So we're not turning this game on until everyone does a shot of Malort. Welcome to Chicago, bitch.
Oh man, when Amy and I were at Blueberry Hill and she had her first shot of Malort, we both took a shot, and then I just kept staring at her, and she just started to say, "That really wasn't that bad." And I said, give it a sec. And then she's like, what is that?
It's a delightful liqueur.
It is.
Oh man,
For a few seconds.
oh boy.
And then it becomes a dumpster.
That's
A dumpster
rough.
in your mouth.
Yep. And then, of course, if the Bears lose, we all have to take a second shot of Malort as punishment.
Yeah. We have to finish a bottle at that point.
Oh,
You don't want
no, we're cracking a new bottle.
Yeah.
We're not finishing that. Ain't a human on earth who could finish that. Oh gosh. Well, this has been great. But are you ready to hear a ghost story?
Yeah, why not? Spooky time. Spooky time. Spooky time.
I got to say, if you like watching podcasts on YouTube, you should go check out our YouTube. It's just at Is This a Ghost? And then you get to see our little spooky time dance every week, which is pretty nice. All right, move this here. Okay. Let's see. James J. Andrews was born in Holiday Cove, Virginia, right around 1829. Now this town is, I don't know if it's called Holiday Cove anymore, but it's definitely not in Virginia anymore. Now it's in West Virginia, but this is before West Virginia.
Yeah, got punished.
As we've discussed, Virginia got punished for siding with the South and got carved up. When he's a little older, Andrews, he leaves Virginia and he moves to Kentucky. And he gets a job as a house painter and a singing coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, that does sound nice. Those days.
That's a life, man.
Just like, I want to do this and maybe this too. Sure.
And here's two jobs I can pair together so easily. Just sing to myself, sing while you paint. That's a day. So we don't really know much about Andrews until April of 1861, at which point we get to learn a lot about Andrews from here on out. We got a lot of detail, because this is when the Civil War starts. Now,
did he start it?
No, but he's going to finish it. So he's in the South, obviously, Virginia, then Kentucky. He's serving in Nashville, Tennessee. You want to guess which side of the war soldiers in Nashville, Tennessee were on?
I mean, judging from how Nashville, Tennessee is today, I'm going to wager that they're on the bad side. Yeah.
That's right. Today's an improvement, believe it or not. And yeah, so there. So he joins the Confederate Army, of course. But little does the Confederate Army know, Andrews is actually on the side of the North.
Okay.
And actually, he has already joined the Union Army.
Ah, 2 paychecks. I like that.
Exactly. And as a Union soldier, he goes to his general and he says, listen, I have a wild idea. And he becomes a double agent. A double agent soldier in the Civil War.
Oh, wow.
So we start paying real close attention to Andrews, historically speaking.
Hillbilly double agent. I love this. Man,
I don't think there's well, actually, that's not true. There is a movie about this, but it's we'll talk about that. It's due for remake. I think we should get on this.
I think the Coen brothers absolutely have to make this movie sometime in the next few weeks.
Just wait. So mostly Andrews would buy contraband merchandise, including quinine, which is used to treat malaria. So that's really helpful. Yep. Also good for making gin and tonics. Mm-hmm. And so he'd go down, and while he was in the South, he would buy up contraband products, and then he would smuggle them to the North where they needed malaria medicine. Mm-hmm. So that was most of it. It was smuggling it out of the South. But he's an entrepreneurial thinker, and that's going to be a theme that's going to keep recurring. Andrew's ambitions they're a lot bigger than just contraband. In the spring of 1862, he gets an idea. He decides that what he wants to do is go down to Atlanta and steal a train.
A whole ass train?
A train, locomotive, and cars.
Okay.
He wants to hijack a train and drive it into the North, all the way up north.
Okay. I mean, now, knowing what I know about trains, you are little limited as to where you can drive them.
Oh, buddy.
I mean, if you want to drive it north, that's cool. If the tracks suddenly go east or west, I'm sorry, that's where you're going now.
You have to pick the right train for sure. You got to know your lines pretty well because you're in trouble. So here's the plan. He's going to hijack a train, drive it to north, and he wants to stop at every station along the way. And at this time, just hear me out.
He's still making the stops?
Still making the stops.
Okay.
Because at the stations, if you've played any Red Dead Redemption 2, you know the stations double as telegraph posts.
Oh, okay.
And so he's going to stop and snip the telegraph lines at every station.
Oh.
And basically cut off literally all communications between armies in the South.
Nice.
As he escapes, right? He would stop at every station all across Georgia and into Tennessee. He would take the train all the way up to Tennessee, cross over the Tennessee River at a town called Bridgeport. And then he would turn around and burn the bridge behind them. There's a really long bridge at Bridgeport. It's aptly named. Burn the bridge so they can't be followed. And then from there, it's just like, it's half a mile or a mile until you are technically in Northern Territory because of the way the map was shifting.
Sure.
So at this point, the Union had made it into Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry. At this point, it's his plan.
Yes.
Is anyone else aware of this plan of his?
Not quite yet.
Okay. This is a pretty big plan. This is not a small plan.
Ambitious fellow.
Yes.
Yes, for sure. Like I said, entrepreneurial thinker. Nashville had just fallen to the Union. So just fallen to so now the Union's in Nashville, and they've got a good foothold in Tennessee. So this is feasible. Mm-hmm. All right. So he talks to his general.
His Union general?
His Union general. Good question. Talks to the Union general. His name, I think I have it here somewhere, but it's Union general. And he tells him the plan. And the general's like, this is insane. What you are pitching to me is the craziest shit I've ever heard. And I am a Civil War general. But there's something I like about it.
There's a spark to this. There's a spark here.
He goes, look, if you want to do this, you have my blessing. Andrew says, giddy up.
Yeah.
He recruits 8 men. Mm-hmm. You need a bag man, you need a face man, you need a driver, you need a heavy, You
guys eating all the time.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
You need the flexible guy. Yes. So he gets 8 men. Now the problem is they don't have the driver. They don't have an engineer.
Okay.
No one in this particular army knows how to drive a locomotive in this unit.
Okay. I mean, from what I recall, it's one big lever that you just kind of push up.
Again, in Red Dead Redemption 2, it's very easy. It's one button. I think it's A. So this is not a huge problem though, because they find a locomotive engineer in Atlanta through some contacts. Mm-hmm. And this engineer, he wants to defect to the Union.
Oh, okay.
And so they're like, this is perfect. We'll come down, we'll rendezvous with you, you be the driver, and then come with us.
Yeah.
So
it's thankfully this plan literally results in you being in the North.
Yeah, and actually you'll be the first one of us in the North. Literally. So, plan's on. So Andrews needs 8 other men. they cross enemy lines, which Andrews has done he does it all the time,
Sure,
right?
of course. Yeah.
But the other one's not so much. So this is a big deal. Like and you're going from Nashville to Atlanta. That's a long way.
It is a ways.
You're going deep into it. And like from Atlanta, you're kind of boxed in there. Like your back's almost against an ocean.
Only good thing is there is a Buc-ee's in between there, which is kind of nice.
Well, they've been seeing billboards for it the whole way, and it felt closer than it was. But they're going to be real excited when they get there.
What do you think beaver meat tastes like? Well, I don't know.
So they make their way to Atlanta, and they get there, and everyone shows up at the meeting place, except for one person. So everyone makes about one person.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, the one person who doesn't make it
is the engineer.
That's
not good.
So Andrews looks around and he says, "Are you sure none of you can drive a train? Like, do you want to try?" These guys are like, "I don't think that's a good idea." So the plan fails.
Oh,
they cannot.
That's it.
Take the train. They don't know what to do. They do not steal the train. That's it. They go back to Nashville.
You know what? Thank God for the internet nowadays.
Oh my God!
If I wanted to learn how to drive a train, it would take me 25 seconds, and
Absolutely.
I would be proficient enough to make a train move. I promise you.
9 guys total, 8 of them can be on Google.
Yes,
and then you got one just like listening.
Yeah,
and then, it's gonna be easy. So they're back in Nashville. Now by the time they get back, the Confederates have basically retreated fully from Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
There's like a few straggling little groups left, but mostly they're like, because they're going to fall back and kind of redouble their efforts to really hold the Deep South.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the Union Army stationed in Nashville, they're like, we're going to go after the Confederates. So they push further south to help Ulysses S. Grant and his guys who are down fighting somewhere like Mississippi, I think. So all that's left behind are 17,000 men, which feels like a good number of men still.
Mm-hmm.
They're in Nashville. And one of those men is James Andrews. He's left behind as well. And there's a new major general in charge. His name, he has a great name. This man is named Ormsby Mitchell. And Ormsby is a fantastic name.
I love names where the first name is 10 times more interesting than the last name. It's such a good setup.
Especially like everyone's calling you by your last name at this point. Mitchell. It's like, oh, come on. He's a cool one.
Yeah. Mitchell was my dad's name. Call me Ormsby.
I also like that his first name is one letter away from being Wormsby.
Yeah.
Which is just fun. Let's see what just happened there. Anyway, so Ormsby has a problem. He and his men, their orders are to leave Nashville and march down to try to take Chattanooga.
Oh, okay.
All right. But Chattanooga is going to be tough. And there's a reason why it's one of the only places left in Tennessee with Confederate soldiers, because it's easy for them to protect.
Mm-hmm.
Chattanooga is surrounded on 2 sides by mountains.
Yep, I recall.
So you're not sneaking up to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big river that goes through there. There is a big river
that runs through. Yep, correct.
So it's going to be, this is a big ask. It's going to be tough. Mm-hmm. So Ormsby he's not sure how he's supposed to pull this off. He knows as soon as his army mobilizes toward Chattanooga, the Confederates, as soon as they catch wind of it, they're going to call up other soldiers from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones from Atlanta will come up from the back through the mountains, and like it's gonna be really difficult. So Ormsby's like, we got to find a way. We have to find a way. I don't know how. Somehow we have to find a way to disrupt this plan of them bringing troops by train from Atlanta to Chattanooga.
Oh.
And James,
and you see him dusting off. Well,
he's just vibrating with excitement.
Please stop talking so I can talk. Please stop talking so I can talk.
And he sets down his big notebook and then throws it down, and the dust flies off. He says, "I have a plan for you." And he does. He steps up. He says, "Sir, I have an idea. I think we should steal a train." And Ormsby does not hesitate. He says, "This is fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let's do it." His back's against the wall. What is he going to lose?
Mm-hmm.
8 men,
Yeah.
So Ormsby's on board. He gives it the green light, says, "Good luck. Jesus Christ. This isn't going to work, but good luck." So Andrews is very excited. So he sets out to recruit a group of men. And he asks the 8 guys who went with him on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them said, "Absolutely not."
Oh.
One of them said he felt all the time he was in the enemy's country as though he had a rope around his neck. So they don't have the stomach for it. And it's got to be tough on the old nerves.
Yeah.
So all 8 of those guys are out. But eventually he finds a sizable group. He gets, let's see, he fixes his PR and his sales pitch. He eventually gets 22 Union soldiers, plus one civilian man named William Campbell. He's just bored, I guess.
Yeah.
Like all the other guys left, and I've been stuck here with my family, and I am driving myself crazy. Please take me on this raid. This group of 24 men becomes known as the Andrews Raiders.
Ooh.
And the plan is basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
He tells the men that they all need to meet in Marietta, Georgia this time. Marietta's right outside of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
He says we got to be there by midnight, April 10th. And I think they have, we're going to get to this. I think they have an engineer. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. So let's see. April 10th, they'd be there. Now they all head down. They split up. They go in groups of like 2 or 3, so they're not like an army, a small army marching through, right? And they're in civilian clothing. And eventually, there's really, really heavy rains. It causes a 1-day delay. But on April 11th, 21 of the 23 men arrive.
Okay,
pretty good.
Yeah.
The other 2 men, a man named Samuel Llewellyn and a man named James Smith, who was my grandpa. Could be a different James Smith, I suppose, but I don't know exactly when he was born.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Could be. Anything's possible. So Samuel and James, they didn't make it. They got caught.
Oh.
And so when they knew they were about to get caught, they joined the Confederate Army.
Smooth.
Which was the plan. The plan was if anyone gets caught, if it looks bad, go sign up for the army. So they do. And they just blend right in. And so enough of the men are there. 21 is good. This can happen.
Sure. Yeah. That's why you invite 23, because you can survive with 8.
So here is the specific plan. First, Ormsby, the general, he is going to move on Chattanooga.
Okay.
They're going to wait until he moves. But he's going to do it's going to happen. It's going to happen. They've timed it all out. So he's going to move on Chattanooga. Once he gets close, that's when Andrews' Raiders are going to destroy the rail line between Atlanta and Chattanooga.
Oh.
Because they have to be a little bit ahead of the army in Atlanta.
Right.
But they can't be so far ahead that they're like, oh, our tracks are destroyed. Let's find another way to get up there.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's got to be timed out really well. And they're going to destroy the track. They're going to steal the train. They're going to riot the rails. They're going to destroy track behind them. They're going to burn the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to cut telegraph lines. And they're going to destroy the rail switches.
Whew.
Those are their 4 goals.
Okay.
So 23 men is actually a pretty good number. You got a lot of work to do. Now, to burn the bridges, they're going to use fire. To cut the railroad lines, they're going to use, I don't know, scissors or whatever. These blades, I assume. Let's see, what else? Railroad switches, you could just probably bash with something made of iron, I would guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe unscrew them if you've got the time.
Yeah.
My question, and then maybe your question as well, is how are you going to rip up the rails?
I would imagine, well, nowadays the way they decommission rail lines is they have a big like cast iron hook, like a sharp hook they put behind the last one, and they literally just drive the train, which is extremely strong, and it just destroys the ties behind them as they go.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And so by destroying the ties, then the rails are just kind of all wonky all over the place, and they're unfit for anything. So
if you ever need a free rail, you just go and you go grab one out of the woods, I guess. So that's cool. Well, they didn't have that technology.
It's pretty advanced. It's pretty advanced. Big hook on train is pretty advanced for 1860s.
Their plan is to use a different kind of tool. They're going to use a crowbar.
A crowbar.
A crowbar.
Okay, so
yes,
everyone gets a turn. Crowbar. Okay, everyone gets a turn with the bar.
Yeah. Now, I think it seems obvious at this point that this is gonna prove to be a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it takes to pry up tracks with a crowbar, but you're stopping for a while. So they're gonna steal a train just north of Atlanta, in a town called Kennesaw.
Okay.
One town over from where they meet, Kennesaw. Though back then it was called Big Shanty. But now it's called Kennesaw. They chose Big Shanty because they figured that it was small enough a town that it wouldn't have a telegraph office.
Right.
Which seems smart.
But big enough that it's called Big Shanty.
Big Shanty. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's living up to its name pretty well.
Too small for a telegraph office, big enough that there's probably a bar. That's the thought there.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah. And a station, I assume. Got to be a train station. So let's see. They stay the night. So they get there on the 11th. The heist is going to happen on the 12th. So they just got one night to kill. They stay the night in a building there in Kennesaw called the Fletcher House Hotel.
Sounds nice.
It's great.
I bet it's really nice.
How well do you think you sleep the night before a gambit like this? I imagine not at all.
In the Fletcher House Hotel in rural Georgia in the 1860s?
Surrounded by Confederates?
I don't think I sleep a wink. I probably sleep clutching the crowbar.
I've got all 21 guys. Yeah. It's like in a pile. Everyone's got a hand on the crowbar. So the next morning, April 12th, 1862, they get up, they get dressed, they go steal themselves a train. The train that they're targeting is a passenger train called the General. And I learned something. Actually, just the locomotive is called the General.
Okay.
The train itself doesn't actually have a name.
Yeah.
When you hear trains referred to by name, it's always a locomotive name.
Makes sense. That's the expensive part.
Yeah. Yeah. So I learned something.
Wham! That one's just for me.
So the General, the locomotive, not a real general.
Right.
The General stops for breakfast at the Lacey Hotel.
The locomotive eats breakfast?
Yes.
We just went over this.
He and his friend Thomas and Percy, they all get together and they go and they have a meal. So there's no dining cars are not a thing yet. This is before dining cars. So this is a passenger train that's going a long way.
How is it? I'm sorry. How are dining cars like a recent addition?
I think it was not long after this, but
I was going to say it has to be extremely soon.
Because like Pullman did dining cars, and that was 1840s.
Yeah, this is like
right. So we're not far off.
The very first reconstruction project. I got to believe.
Yeah.
Development of dining car technology has to be.
They're like, well, what's the best way to integrate society? I think it's dining cars.
Yeah.
But for both black and white people, oh no.
Oh no.
No.
Teeny tiny microwaved White Castle hamburgers for the whites. That's how we rebuild society. Thank you very much.
Oh God. All right. So they stop at the Lacey Hotel for breakfast. So the train stops outside. Everyone gets off. They go in for breakfast. And so while the passengers and the engineer and the crew, they're all inside eating, no one's watching the train.
This is so easy.
Andrews and his men, they sneak on. They decouple the passenger cars.
Oh, they're just taking the locomotive. I see.
Well, they're taking locomotive, and then there's a locomotive and 3 boxcars, and then passenger cars.
Okay.
They jettison the passenger cars, so it's locomotive and 3 boxcars. So now they're a lighter train. Going to go fast. And they're also blocking those. It's probably on a siding. It's probably not blocking anything, but decoupling the cars. Yeah. They must have a conductor. Yeah, I never figured that out. But someone is a conductor now.
Someone knows which lever to push forward is essentially what's going on.
Someone knows which button is A.
I've seen the Polar Express. I know it's complicated, but it's still just one lever.
They got one guy to do the engineering, and they've got 7 guys to do the hot chocolate service. It's the most important part. So they fire up the train and choo-choo, they're rolling.
Wow.
They're out. They got the train.
And what do you do at that point? If you're having your like biscuits, in the restaurant there, and you hear the whoo-hoo, and then you look out the window and you see it slowly creeping away. What you have no options. There's
I'm so glad you asked that question, Patrick, because turns out you do have options.
Okay.
The original conductor of the train, of the General, was a man named William Fuller. Now, he's eating breakfast when suddenly he hears the train whistle. Yeah. They're letting off steam, and the tracks are rumbling. You can hear it and feel it. And he's like, that's weird. I didn't think there were any trains scheduled for right now.
The keys are right here in my pocket. What the fuck?
That's so strange. I don't understand. And he looks out the window, and he sees his train pulling out of the station.
Right.
And he's like, what the fuck? And his passenger cars, he sees them. This is a problem. He runs outside, watches the front half of his train just disappear around the bend. And so, yes, indeed, what do you do? What you do is you and 2 other men chase the train on foot.
How slow are locomotives in 1860?
So
exactly?
that's a key question. Okay, so locomotive at this point has an average speed of 15 miles an hour.
15. Okay.
So,
that's
maybe as high as 20 if you're like really gassing it.
sure. Yeah.
So it's not too fast. Now you can run 15 miles an hour
For a little while.
for a time, yeah,
Yeah.
not for very long.
I don't run on coal and steam, so I
Yeah.
will tucker out after a little bit.
Yeah, so it's not. I don't know how far they think they're going to get, but Fuller does have some things working in his favor, right? Andrews has to do a couple things here. Number one, he has to stop to tear up tracks, and that is going to take a lot of time.
Okay, true. Yes.
So now Fuller doesn't know that, of course, but if he keeps going, eventually he's got a chance at catching up.
Mm-hmm.
Andrews also has to burn bridges.
Mm-hmm.
That could prove to be a cumbersome, time-consuming thing. And let's see. We'll talk about this later, but we'll just mention it here too. He also has. So there's this track that he's on. It's one track that serves both directions. Right? It's like much like the Amtrak between St. Louis and Chicago. And so he has to stay on the passenger schedule. Train schedule.
He has to keep making all the stops.
He has
makes
to make
sense.
all the stops and pull to the siding and do the stop and then go because you've got all these trains coming south. And obviously you don't want a collision.
Right.
So
the collision does cross a few things off your list of what you have to do.
That's
it probably
true.
fucks up the tracks real good.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't do much about the bridges.
Live up to have the strength, the courage of your convictions. You ram that train into a freight train coming down.
What you park on the bridge you were going to burn down anyway. You set the brake. Yeah. And then you just keep walking. You keep walking north.
Or in worst case, you jump into the river and maybe it'll flow north.
Maybe this will all blow over. I think it'll be fine.
So he has to stop a lot. So it's actually conceivable that Fuller. Fuller's got a chance here. But fortunately for Fuller, he doesn't have to worry about that because before long, he and his 2 friends find a handcar next to the tracks.
Oh, and this gets even more Coen Brothers.
Oh, 30 God, minutes by the second. So they pick up the handcar, they put it on the tracks, and they're pumping. They're going for it, and away they go. They're heading out. They're going. They're picking up speed. And thus begins what now has come to be known as the Great Locomotive Chase. Now, let's see. So so we got a regularly scheduled passenger train, has to keep on schedule, blah, blah, blah. Okay. If they reach southbound station before their time, they pull off onto a siding. So it's a problem. But Andrews has a plan for this. Now, first of all, it's good. They have to stop at stations anyway because they want to cut the telegraph lines.
They're hungry probably. And they want to get breakfast. They skip breakfast at last place because,
they barely ate a thing last night. They were so nervous. So if they get there early and they're, they want to keep going, obviously, Andrews does have a plan. His plan is he tells the station masters along the way that this general train, is a special ammunition supply ordered by General Beauregard.
Oh, keeping the boxcars. Very clever.
Very smart, right?
Boxcars full of, I imagine, ammunition. Or
absolutely.
Something.
And guess what side of the war someone named General Beauregard fights for? So it's a pretty good plan. He says he has to get the munitions to Chattanooga to fight the Union. And that's in case sense. The telegraph does come through and say, "Hey, the Union's coming to Chattanooga, all full speed ahead." And this works. Station masters are like, "All right, if they can telegraph up the line in enough advance, they do." And he picks up speed and he barrels on through. Which would be good.
At the same time, cutting the telegraph lines behind him, which is extremely clever.
So when he walks up to the station master, he's got one hand behind his back going, clip, clip. Hey, listen.
If you wouldn't mind telling the guys upstream to let us keep going, I really appreciate that. And they go like blitzing by with like a pride flag on the side of the boxcar, like, you motherfuckers!
Oh, man. So it works for a while because because his gang is cutting telegraph wires, right? So no one can wire ahead until he decides they can't wire ahead anymore.
Sure.
So no one can tell them to stop the train. But eventually they're going to get far enough north that the telegraph lines go the opposite way.
Oh.
So I guess at this point they're going like basically like there's some midpoint where it's like this is the end of this telegraph that goes to Atlanta, and there's the beginning of this telegraph that goes to Chattanooga, and it's probably one station where you have they act as the middleman. Eventually they're going to cross that prime meridian right there, and then suddenly it's going to be harder for them to kind of control the narrative, as it were, right? Let's see. Oh, and at that point also those stations are already in contact with the army. And so if they act quickly, they can verify the story. So now he'd have to cut the lines before he goes in. But if he does that, they can't radio ahead, telegraph ahead to see if the train, whatever. So it's not going to work. At a town called Etowah, Andrews passes an older and a smaller locomotive called Yonah, which is on the siding. And he really, really wants to stop and destroy that train so it can't be used to follow them. Right?
That makes perfect sense.
It's perfect sense.
He's been running away from a handcart for the last 6 hours.
I don't know if he knows there's a handcart chasing me at this point or not. We could workshop which would be funnier for the story. But the handcart is still going. By those guys are still pumping. They're going, and it's nice. There's three of them because they can rotate off one.
Take turns, take a nap. I get it. Yeah.
So he really wants to destroy the Yonah, but there are a lot of workers like on and around that train. He's like, I don't think we can pull it off. Yeah, it's too risky. So he weighs the risk. And he's like, let's leave it alone. He leaves it alone. They keep on going. A little bit later, they reach a junction in a town called Kingston, and they have to pull to the siding to let a southbound freight train pass. Now, Andrews notices this train is a little different from all the other trains he's seen because this one has a big red flag hanging from the locomotive car. Locomotive. Right. And so when that train also has to stop and switch tracks, and when it does, Andrews goes over to that train. He goes to the engineer, and he's like, "What's with the flag?" And that engineer tells him this is a flag that is a signal from the Confederate Railway, which would have been a great band name for like 1972. Is there a band called Confederate Railroad? I think there is actually.
That sounds right. Yeah. There's Grand Funk Railroad.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
There might be Confederate. Who knows? Yeah.
Probably different than Confederates. Anyway, so it's a signal from the Confederate Railway. That's a signal that it's a signal that because General Ormsby Mitchell is laying siege to Chattanooga, supplies are being loaded on freight trains to get them out of harm's way, like food and things, to get them away in case so they're not destroyed, or that the Union Army, God forbid they win, they don't have then this huge store of food that makes them even more powerful.
Makes sense.
So they're loading some of that stuff on the freight train and sending it down.
Interesting. These are the same tracks that he is having to share with the southbound traffic.
Correct. Right?
Okay, I'm liking where this plan is going.
So this train has special dispensation to go fast, and all the other trains have to clear away from it.
Right.
That's bad. That's the bad news. The worst news is he also learns that there would be a second freight train coming behind this one, same red flag, and no trains are allowed to go north until both trains pass.
Interesting.
Andrews is like, son of a bitch. So he is sidelined at this junction. They are delayed at Kingston for over an hour.
Meanwhile,
which gives our friend Fuller all the time he needs to close the gap with that handcar. Now, partially because of the delay, but mostly because when he got to Etowah, he saw the Yonah. Fuller catches up, partially because of the delay, but mostly because when Fuller gets to Etowah, he sees the Yonah. He's like, I should take that train.
Yeah.
And he does. And he goes on, he commandeers a train, and now he's got a real train. So now he's going quite a bit faster. So he's chasing the Andrews, the general locomotive, and a real locomotive. Now he got a foot race. So he's close. The second southbound freight train finally passes through, and Andrews like spins his tires. He burns rubber. He's out of there. And this is just moments before Fuller arrives at the station on the Yonah. Like Fuller arrives on his heels, so they can see the general for the first time since the train was stolen. They can see it on the horizon, which is great. He's just salivating, right? But when he pulls into Kingston, Fuller makes a bit of an error here. He makes a bit of a critical error, really, which is he gets there and he looks over and he sees a more powerful locomotive sitting on the siding.
Oh,
it's the William R. Smith.
Like a boy's name.
Yeah. Yeah. Yonah sounds pretty feminine. And he stops the Yonah and he switches to the Smith. And like, honestly, I get it.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to switch to a Smith? But anyway, but the time it takes him to switch the trains gives Andrews enough time to stop and tear up the tracks behind him.
Imagine there's a lot of paperwork. Probably a lot of paperwork when you switch trains.
Okay, you can commandeer this train, but like, please, like, you got to sign. This is in triplicate. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. My boss me so it's not me. It's not my train. You know.
Someday, I mean, maybe it'll be like a copy machine. We don't even need to do half of this, but not right now. You got to write that from scratch. So Andrews has time to tear up some tracks. So by the time Fuller gets the Smith going, he only makes it a few miles before he has to stop because the track is destroyed by crowbar. So they're pretty fucked. What do? They continue the pursuit on foot.
Why didn't we put the hand cart in the train?
So now they're running on foot again.
This guy, this must be like his train.
I tell you, the dedication here is unbelievable.
There's no way this guy just works for the train company. No
I don't
way
leave
in
the
hell.
breakfast restaurant. This guy is going crazy.
I hear that train go toot toot when I'm sitting there eating biscuits, and I start writing an email to my boss. That's all.
You're never going to believe this. So they're back on foot chasing the train. Those other two guys got to be like, why the fuck did we? Why did we walk out that door with it? It's just exhausted. I didn't get to finish my breakfast. So they run after him, and actually they luck out again because not too far past the damaged track, they find another train on the siding. It's just chock-a-block with trains. And this one is the locomotive Texas. So they climb aboard the Texas, and while they're commandeering the train, they actually manage to recruit 11 of the workers to join them.
Oh,
So
sure.
now they've got a posse.
Yeah. How many of you guys like to run? Oh, I love to run. My favorite. Second only to hand cart. Oh, really?
Oh, well, this is going to be interesting. So they're 14 men strong, and they're back on a train. They're off. Chase is back on. Except, this is important, Andrews purposefully didn't stop to destroy the Texas because of one very important detail. The Texas is a southbound train.
What?
Yeah. So Andrews sees the train. He's like, well, no one's going to steal that one because it's going the wrong way.
Right.
Fuller commandeers the train, and he drives it backward up the track.
Okay. So pushing all the cars and stuff.
Yes. So you might know. I mean, does a locomotive's power, is it more powerful in its pulling versus pushing, or does it matter?
I think it does probably trade off a little bit of power going the wrong direction, I would figure. I don't know if I know nowadays a lot of times they'll have a locomotive at the front and the rear of a really long train. Yeah. But I don't necessarily know what the trade-off is there. I don't think they want you pushing the cars.
It doesn't sound like it's a great idea. So, and now you can't decouple any of them to make it a faster train because they're going to be in your way, right?
Yeah.
So Fuller is driving this train backward, which is, it's not like you have to steer. So I guess that's something. Right. But it's just going backwards.
It is difficult to see how close you are getting to the next train.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I imagine several of those 11 new guys are stationed in the back car.
Yeah.
Just to keep eyes.
Yeah.
There's a chain system, a communication chain system there. Like we've got 3 guys in every car. We're playing a game of telephone. When you see a train coming, you play a fast game.
Like 10 minutes later, some guy runs into the locomotive. Purple monkey dishwasher. What?
What? Oh,
what does it even mean?
So now Fuller is chasing him backwards, and Andrews can see this because they're far away, but they're within vision. Some points they can see each other. And Andrews like, fuck.
Andrews probably this is like the end of Tenet. This is really like something's wrong here.
So now, since he can see the Texas, one of the things this means is that the trains are close enough together that Andrews does not have time to stop and pull up the tracks with a crowbar.
Right.
So they can't pull the tracks. So, and they have no explosives or anything. So like they can no longer destroy the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just are now it's really a foot race. There's only options to outrun this backwards train. Let's see. Oh, the other, and so, but they're like, we can still burn the bridges. They've got that possibility, right?
We have time. Yes.
And then this story is incredible. The problem with that is it starts to rain, and it rains hard.
Mm-hmm.
And that becomes suddenly very difficult to set bridges on fire.
Oh,
they don't have much time to work on it. And the wood is getting wet.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the fire, it won't catch before, like they can basically like throw a torch and like keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a problem. So they're freaking out, but they do have one idea about how they can still burn bridges. And I actually have a drawing of how they did that. Not one that I did.
Sure. Yeah. Some sort of like a diagram of how they did this.
Well, more of a portrait piece so you can tell here, now it's just the general locomotive with all the men in the back. They decoupled the boxcars and set the boxcars on fire.
I was hoping they were going to decouple the boxcars. I was thinking the last piece of ammunition they have is just decoupling the boxcars and throwing them at the other train.
Which is what they do. It does not work to burn the bridge.
Right.
I don't actually know what happens when the train, there's no record of what happens when the train collides.
Right. Yeah. You asked me previously, like, how much slower a train has to go backwards. I don't know how much slower a train has to go to smash a burning boxcar in its path. I think it probably has to slow down a little bit to do that.
I don't know, maybe, if it's burning long enough, and the boxcars are made of wood at this point, obviously, like maybe there's not much boxcar left by the time they get there.
Could be.
I don't know. This is a topic for our other podcast that we will do someday. Train disasters of the 19th century. So, but eventually the Smith pushes through, and it gets through somehow with, I don't know, apparently little enough damage that it keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still going. The Raiders do keep cutting telegraph wires along the way, so they're committed. But now they're just cutting when they feel like they could stop. Obviously, they're not hitting every station.
Right.
And so this is what's going on. Before Andrews cuts the wire going out of the Dalton station.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which
I'm actually familiar with Dalton, Georgia.
Are you?
I know exactly where Dalton, Georgia is.
Is it near Savannah? Is that why you know it?
No, it
must be west of that.
But, I mean, pretty much all these cities between Chattanooga and Atlanta is where we go through to get down to Florida. Okay. So, like, I know all these. I know which ones have good gas stations, which ones have not good gas stations.
You know which one exactly has the Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
So he cuts the wire going out of the Dalton station. But and like as he's getting ready to cut the wire, Fuller manages to send off a message across that wire. Because now we're at the point where Andrews is not stopping at stations anymore, because that's going to be too difficult. People are going to be like, hey, there's a lot of people there, and they're probably alerted. So he's going and then stopping to cut wires. And then so Fuller gets to a station here.
Yeah, where the wire's not been cut yet.
Not yet cut. And he sends it before Andrews up here cuts the wire. Like just fucking misses it.
Yeah.
The message goes through. And the message hits Chattanooga, telling them there's a stolen engine approaching.
So this guy is not only driving a flaming locomotive backwards, he's stopping to send emails to his boss the whole time.
This is, I know he's a Confederate. I don't like that. Employee of the year.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. I don't know why they keep making statues of all these horrific Confederate generals. if they want to make a statue of this guy down there in like a train yard or something, totally fine. I get
it. It's unbelievable. So he does it. He sends a message, and the Confederate Army is alerted that the stolen train is on its way. But I will say, in the end, it doesn't actually matter, because just when they were 18 miles from Chattanooga. They were so fucking close. The locomotive runs out of fuel.
Yeah, well, that will happen.
So, yeah. So at this point, because they don't know if the telegraph has gone through, but at this point, so the telegraph has gone through. The Army knows. The Confederate Army has sent some people down the tracks to intercept this train. As the train moves toward them, it runs out of fuel. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
So this is what we call a fucked situation. Andrews and his men, they all abandon the train and they scatter. Just like, this has been a blast.
Yeah.
We gotta go. Every single man was caught within 2 weeks.
Oh,
including the 2 men who had joined the Confederate Army.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't want to interrogate that one too much, because I'm pretty sure interrogation exactly how those names came through, and that's brutal. And General Ormsby Mitchell's attack on Chattanooga fails.
Oh.
The men were all charged with acts of unlawful belligerency. I mean, like, who among us?
Hard to argue, really. That one, yeah. Guilty as charged.
That one night when we were in New Jersey and that police officer threatened us, that's probably what we would have been charged with.
Yeah.
You'd gotten the cuffs on.
Yeah. Small potatoes, really.
Yeah, for sure. They were given military trials, which, Confederate military trial trying 23 Union soldiers is, and one civilian.
Yeah.
It's not going to go too great. So they're given military trials. They're put on military trial. Now, while they're waiting for trial, they attempt an escape. And here's a fun fact.
Wham!
8 of them actually do escape.
Oh, wow.
And they were helped along the way by slaves.
Huh.
Isn't that interesting? Eventually, I think, so let's see. I think, though, I don't think they made it to, only 2 of them made it all the way to the north. The other ones died somewhere else along the way. But eventually, those 8 were awarded Medals of Honor. And that was a brand new thing.
Wow.
Abraham Lincoln was the first president to offer Medals of Honor. And I believe these 8, if they weren't the first, they were very close to the first. No, they were, I guess they were all 8. They all made it okay. They were brought to D.C. and they met the president.
Wow.
Naked Abraham Lincoln. And they said, "Sir, please put on your garments." And he said, "I'm the president. I will do what I want."
He probably said, "Are you the 8 men that fucked shit up?" Yes, sir.
Then I thought this would be appropriate. And this is the beginning of the tradition of Medal of Honor winners meeting the president.
Wow.
Yeah. Some years later, all the other members of the raiding party were also awarded the Medal of Honor posthumously. Anyway, but James Andrews was not one of the 8 who escaped. Andrews was tried and convicted, and he was hanged in Atlanta on June 7th, 1862. But the good news is his spirit remains with us today. If there is
along the I-24 corridor, he lives.
He's under the Buc-ee's, unfortunately, but he's happy there. And wouldn't we all be? Now, unlike most ghosts, that at least what we've talked about, he is not haunting the place of his death. Somewhat surprisingly, actually, James Andrews' ghost haunts the Fletcher House Hotel in Kennesaw, where he stayed the night before the raid. Possibly the last place he was laid to rest, I guess.
The last place before I got fleas? I don't know what the hell the distinction would be.
That hotel now is called the Kennesaw House.
Oh.
And so the Kennesaw House is haunted with the spirit of James Andrews. And there are other raiders are all there too, by the way. All the Andrews raiders are there, along with almost 700 other Civil War ghosts.
How? I mean,
well, this hotel eventually, not long after this whole incident, actually served as a hospital during the war. So that'll get your numbers up.
Yeah,
That's a quota jumper for sure.
Yeah.
So there are, but yeah, today it's the Kennesaw House is a museum that has 700 ghosts. During one visit, a tour entered the elevator on the first floor. They pressed the button to go to the second floor, but instead the elevator goes to the basement. And when the doors open, the guests and the tour guide alike, they all look out and they see Civil War soldiers in hospital beds and a man that appeared to be a surgeon walking around. And then the doors close and the elevator just goes up to 2 like normal.
It's a very like David S. Pumpkins type experience here.
Yeah. I keep envisioning like the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade where they're like spinning around and they see the Nazis like all like working the telegraphs and like they don't get noticed. And it's like back out. One day there was a school field trip at the museum and a middle school girl saw a woman in a light blue antebellum dress who smiled at her and then vanished. A little while later, that girl saw the same woman in a photograph on the wall, and it was the wife of the original owner of the hotel.
Oh.
So she is there as well. And of course, as I said, James Andrews has been seen wandering around the building, whispering with his Raider ghost friends about their plans to steal a train.
Oof. Only you could give them just the littlest bit of advice.
Just like they were almost
words.
there.
Yeah.
Bring more coal. Just a little bit more coal.
2 pairs of hedge trimmers. 2 pairs, and you would have been fine.
And probably knock out that train.
Yeah.
Take out the Yona. One last little fun fact.
Wham!
In 1956, Walt Disney did make a movie about this story called The Great Locomotive Chase, starring Mickey Mouse as Andrews.
Tasteful.
That's a lie. It was a man named Fess Parker. You may not know the name Fess Parker.
I do name Fess Parker.
Do you? Who's Fess Parker? Prove it.
He's an actor.
You'll fucking know. You know from the Disney days.
Yeah.
Can you just take a wild guess? Can you get? And you could guess this.
Yeah.
There are 2 other Disney movies of the 1956 era that he played the lead character. And can you name either one of those 2 lead characters? Now you could get this.
Are either of them animated?
No.
This is gonna be harder.
You watch those Saturday Disney specials?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Ooh, Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett.
Damn, I have seen those. Those are good. Could have gotten there.
That's Fess Parker. So Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, and James Andrews. That's a good slate.
That is, yeah.
That's a career.
3 American heroes.
Absolutely. The story's incredible. There are more stories of other ghosts at the hotel that actually take place more in the hotel. Obviously the hotel in this story is a little blip on the map, but God, once I started pulling the thread of I saw like something about the Great Locomotive Chase and I was like, well, let's see where this goes. And, oh my God, this is the best story of all time. So this is the one I went with and I have no regrets. Well, this has been another, I think, rip-roaring episode of Is This a Ghost? And if you like this, we do it even more on Ghost Plus. You can join us for just $5.99 a month. Get more ghost stories, get more of The Smith Show, which is another podcast we do, and some other fun stuff, discounts on merch, special access to a Ghost Plus only merch site on our store. It's good stuff. Is This a Ghost is a production of Smith Show Media. All the notes this week were taken by me, Clayton Smith. All the funny jokes were from Patrick Dean. Our audio editor is Jeremy Montoya. Our video editor and webmaster is Jen Swanson. Our social media is run by Jen Jones, and our merch is designed in partnership with Stephen Luna and Fox and Quill Studio. And that's it for us for now. We will see you next time. Until then, don't steal any trains. It's a bad idea, because if you do, we might be talking about you next week on Is This a Ghost?